Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another beautiful, lovely episode of mine. I am yours truly, Sprite, and this is a topic about Thor, the video game. Thor, the lovely little video game that I've been trying to do a gameplay on, and I am almost done completing it. The problem is, Thor, the video game, is not the best video game that exists out there. And boy, oh boy, I wanted to make a podcast episode explaining about Thor and the troubles that I had to go through with this video game. So, in Thor, the video game, there are multiple chapters through the campaign. And this is my first time playing Thor after, 14 years of its release on the Xbox 360. It's also on the PlayStation 3, it's on the Wii, and it's on the Nintendo DS, for whatever reason. So, they came up with this interesting video game that I don't feel like has been fully developed to its fullest potential, but that is okay. It was probably bomb rush to come out with the movie. Also, if you're watching this, look at this R2-D2. It's a Lego R2-D2 that my best friend had gifted me last year. And I built him, and he was in my room for the longest time, but now I finally brought him into the shed, and I'm going to put him right next to the Commander Cody that's right there. Well, I pointed at Commander Cody on the first try. It's interesting because movement is backwards when you're staring at yourself on a computer. So when you're recording, you got to be a little accurate, and sometimes you don't know like where your hands are going. Anyways, that's a different topic. So this R2-D2 is gonna go right next to that Commander Cody helmet right there. I gotta move some of those figures. I gotta get another bookshelf. The problem is the bookshelves that I have back here, I got them from IKEA. IKEA doesn't make those bookshelves anymore. They make almost the same kind of bookshelves, but in different colors. They don't do just black anymore, so that's a little annoying. But I have to get some more bookshelves, and I can have some more room for more books and figures, because when I collected figures, I didn't expect to have this much. But I have this much. Anyways, Thor. We're back to the topic of Thor. Also, I kind of stopped buying figures for a little bit now. The last figure I obtained was Will Ospreay, the rare collectible one from Shop AEW. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. I'm getting way too off topic. So, on this beautiful game of Thor that I'm doing a gameplay of, I have to redo the entire campaign to get to where I want to be, because there are no saved checkpoints for me to go back to. I was silly. I had not realized this, and I am not going to watch other people play Thor. I'm not going to watch other gameplay footages of Thor. I figured that I would play this campaign and I would figure most of this stuff on my own, and for the most part I have, but there's been also a lot of YouTube tutorials and gameplays that had shown me how to go through Thor, because there are a lot of things in this video game that got me stuck. And Thor is just one of those games where it's like, it is super hard to learn and get through, and if you search up the reviews on this game, so many negative comments, so many. Like, this is... I joke about how it's better than Marvel Rivals because of my fascination with Thor in general. So I like to be comedic and say it's better than Marvel Rivals. Let's be honest, Marvel Rivals is better. I don't know how that game's holding up today, honestly. I haven't touched Marvel Rivals, but I do know that is a fun, free game. Anyways, Marvel Thor is... It belongs in 2011. It belongs and it deserves to stay there, because if this game had come out any other year after 2011, it would have been disappointing and the graphics wouldn't make sense, because for a Marvel game, 2011 is like a year where graphics can look like that, right? 2012 and up, graphics in video games have just skyrocketed. Like, a lot of video games are so different in comparison. Like, GTA 5 came out in 2013. Now, granted, they did redefine the graphics of that game when the new consoles came out, and then they, I believe, did another update, and now it looks magical on the PC and everything. So, but when GTA 5 came out in 2013, beautiful graphics, beautiful everything. Like, it was above expectation for 2013. So 2011 makes sense for the graphics of that game. If they had released it any other year, it would be like, interesting. But Thor, the video game, on chapter 14, I am stuck. This is like the second to last chapter. Chapter 15 is the last chapter I have to go through. I was doing my recordings, and I am close to finishing the gameplay, so I decided to just spend an entire day where I'm recording Thor, and just to finish the campaign, I can move on to playing other video games, because there are other video games I want to be able to record and play. The problem is, I was recording Star Wars Starfighter, but I have no idea where the disc ran away to. I keep things organized and clean around here. At least I try my best to. And I don't know where I put it. I'm going crazy in the shed, because it's not hard to find things in here. So I'm just going out of my mind trying to find this game, because this game also brings in views. People love Star Wars. Star Wars was going through a major hype this year. Episode 3, 20-year anniversary. You had Fortnite doing its thing. I loved that, by the way. It had to be my favorite season ever. Excluding the Marvel seasons. Marvel seasons were great too. But I cannot for the life of me find this Star Wars Starfighter. Now, obviously, I can buy another one. It's cheap. It's $10 if you go to the right, gaming store and whatnot. But I don't want to do that. Like, don't buy 2 copies. Just do the work and find it. But, like, where did it go? I have no idea. Anyways, so I've been recording a lot of Thor just to get out of the way. And then I got to the point in chapter 14. And in chapter 14, there's a bit where you have to do various things. And Asgard is in trouble. Asgard has a health bar. And in order to maintain this health bar, you have to go through different sections of this level. And you have to try to maintain the level by saving this area, by defeating a bunch of bosses, by doing this and that. And there's a certain order to doing it. But I didn't know that. So when I was recording chapter 14, I was a complete dummy, and it would autosave after every little bit you did in that chapter. But also, what I did was, there's a little post, a little area in chapter 14 that you can go to and save your progress. I did that at the end of chapter 14, and the last bit I need to do is defeat this big boss. But the problem lies that Asgard's health level is at a low. So anytime I go to this boss fight, Asgard is dead. The most health I was able to take off this boss fight was about halfway. I have tried many times, frustrating myself trying to defeat this boss. This boss cannot die in the time frame that I'm given. And I did a lot of research. I tried to see if there's skip around. I tried to see if I could cheat my way through. No. On the Xbox 360, no one on the internet has posted a saved file for chapter 14 so people can go through it accurately. Chapter 14 has to be one of the most tedious missions that is in the game. There's a lot of tedious missions in Thor, especially for people who are playing it for the first time like me. But chapter 14 is one of the worst missions I've ever played in a video game, and I am dedicated to go through it. I've completed most of every little bit on chapter 14, but I can't go through it, so I need to restart so I can do it in order that people recommend on the internet. And need I say that I am playing this on easy mode. I have now learned all the controls. I've gotten a lot better because I'm halfway playing through the campaign right now. So I just wanted to make this little episode of my update. And as soon as I get to chapter 14, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab that saved file of chapter 14, the very beginning. I am going to grab that file, I'm going to put it on my computer, and I'm going to upload it for the internet. Because I tried searching Xbox 360 Thor, the video game. There is no one that had posted a saved game file of any missions. Well, except false. I was able to find one, but that one person had uploaded it in the very beginning of the campaign. I don't need that. I can easily go through that. So, what I'm going to do to find folks everywhere around who are for whatever reason playing Thor like I am going to upload that game file. I'm going to grab that game file. I'm going to put it on a computer. I'm going to upload it. I don't know where, but I'm going to post a link below this video, and I'm going to share Chapter 14 saved file onto whatever website that I can of people that actually need help, because there are some people who are genuinely stuck on Chapter 14 and they screwed themselves over like I did. And now I have to replay the 4-hour campaign just to get to that point. It's 5-6 hours, and you guys saw I have an entire series of me playing Thor added up. That's probably 4 hours up until Chapter 14. So I'm already halfway through. I'm getting there. I'm getting a lot of achievements, by the way. Now that I learned the controls better, now that I'm playing it, Thor is one of those games where it's like you play it, the controls are difficult. You play it, the story's not keeping you there. You play it, the boss battles are confusing. You play it, and there's so many problems. So you really have to play this game a lot to know what you're doing. So I know what I'm doing now. I know all the controls. I know how to get through some of the missions because I've already played through them for the first time around, unfortunately. And now I'm going to go to Chapter 14. Before I do anything in Chapter 14, I'm going to grab that saved file, upload it on the internet, and that way, if anyone else has to bear the mistakes that I have followed, there it is. I had to learn the hard way, because when you're playing Chapter 14, you don't know. You don't know that. And again, when you go back to the main menu, once you're done playing the mission, you cannot select any other mission that you want to play. You have to continue the campaign. And so if you're stuck in a campaign, well, now you're screwed, and you have to play a new game, a new campaign. You have to start from all the way in the beginning. Not on my watch. So, then this will be on easy mode. This Chapter 14 will be saved on easy mode, because there's no way I'm going to be able to play on any other difficulty. I don't want to play on any other difficulty. If easy is already as difficult as is to complete this game, I'm going to leave it on easy. I don't care what anyone says. So far, no one said anything about how people react to difficulties. I've seen a lot of people comment about this game. I've seen a lot of people saying, I need help, I'm playing on easy. People recommend playing on easy. This is one of those games where it's like, yeah, we're not embarrassed to play on easy. This is one of those games where it's like, yeah, this game's not easy on easy. So I'm going to upload Chapter 14. I'm going to post a link below on this podcast episode. I'm going to post that link and other sites of people that needed it. And I'm going to carry on about my day, because people should not struggle in Thor, the video game. People should not struggle in 2011 in a video game made in 2011 or released in 2011. I'm sure it was being produced in 2010 or whatever. Golly, OG Willikers, it makes me wonder if they even had beta testers for this game. It makes me wonder if they actually played it through themselves. Now, I'm sure when you're making a video game, you yourself, you're the one who's making it. I'm pretty sure for you it's easy to get through and you know what you're doing. But to release it to the public, you really got to have those beta testers. You really got to have people come into your lab or whatever you want to call it, your studio. You want people to test your game. If you don't have people testing your game and giving objective opinions on that, you are asking for it. You are asking for people to complain and trash the game online. And if you Google it right now, Thor the video game, Thor God of Thunder, people, all sorts of reviews. This game rates low. Like, let's search up this game, shall we? Thor the video game. Let's go on Wikipedia. Thor God of Thunder, because I believe they have ratings. This game came out Australia, April 28th of 2011. Europe, April 29th. North America, fun fact, this game came out on May 3rd, 2011. So that's interesting that in North America the game came out a couple days later. Not that anyone was really waiting for this game. I mean, let's be honest. Reviews. Let's find out. um, okay, so I don't know why. When you're looking at Wikipedia and search up Thor God of Thunder, the video game, you have PS3, you have Wii, you have Xbox 360. You also have the DS and 3DS, and they will have review scores. But you would think that the PlayStation, Wii, and Xbox, the game basically plays the same. So you would think that the score ratings would be the same. But for whatever reason on Wii, the game scores are different than PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I don't know why. Anyways, so IGN rated Thor on the PlayStation and Xbox 3 out of 10. GameZone rated the game 3 out of 10 on Xbox 360. It has no score for the PlayStation. GameSpot rated this game for PlayStation and Xbox 2 out of 10. GamePro rated this game 1.5 out of 5 for the PlayStation and Xbox. Game Informer rated this game 4.5 out of 10, which I think is a little generous. Eurogamer rated this game 3 out of 10 on the PlayStation 3. 1UP.com rated this game on both PlayStation and Xbox D from your typical school grades, A, B, C, D, F. They gave it a D. Are we really surprised? The PlayStation official magazine rated this game on the PlayStation 3. This is important now. 2 out of 10. The Guardian rated this game 3 out of 5 for the PlayStation. The official Xbox magazine rated this game on the Xbox 360 4.5 out of 10. So this game overall has been rated 5 or below for both PS3 or Xbox 360. It didn't even reach 5. The most score it's gotten is a 4.5. That's the highest. Other than it went right down to 2 out of 10s, 3 out of 10s. Isn't that interesting? Now, what I do find interesting is that on the Nintendo side, they're very more generous. Let me give you an example. On the 3DS, IGN rated it 6 out of 10, but on the regular DS, IGN rated it 8 out of 10. And on the Wii, IGN rated it 6 out of 10, but on both Xbox and PlayStation, it's 3 out of 10. What's the difference? Did they put more effort onto the DS? I don't know. So the highest, I guess the most recommended way to play Thor the video game is off the Nintendo DS in general. Not the 3DS and not the Wii, but the DS. That's what's given it most of its ratings. Who would have known? Who would have thought? I don't know. I don't think I care to look up the gameplay of the 3DS or DS, but why? Why would you do that? I don't know. It's weird. This whole thing is interesting. It uses Unreal Engine 3 for the non-Nintendo versions. It's just, this game is so interesting. Developers are Liquid Entertainment for the PS3 and Xbox 360. Redfly Studios for Wii, Nintendo 3DS, and Wafer Technologies for the regular Nintendo DS. That's interesting. The publisher is Sega. Yeah, that's all there really is to know about Thor, the video game. That and people are they've just been complaining a lot about it. The day of the podcast that this comes out is June 20th, and if it's June 20th, that means it's National Hike with a Geek Day. What does that mean? So we are going to go through that hashtag Hike with a Geek Day. What do you get when you add a geek with the outdoors? If you said National Take a Hike Day, you're correct. Okay, maybe that's not exactly true, but that's our story and we are sticking to it. Alright, so what's the definition? National Hike with a Geek Day isn't limited to the tech savvy who speak in code, nor is it just for emoticon loving, web surfing fact finders. National Hiking with a Geek is for anyone who needs to either step away from their desk to change the monotony of our days. If you're lucky, you will find a hiking geek to take you on an adventure of a lifetime describing the plants, rocks, path, and wildlife on the way. Grab your dearest geek and plunge into the neighboring wilderness for some adventure. So basically, today is just take a nerd out of his house and have him touch grass. Is that what they're saying? Touch grass? I don't know. How else am I supposed to see this? Go touch grass. Go. That's what this National Hike with the Geek Day is. You just go out there and touch some grass. You feel some nature and expect the geek to know every little knowledgeable inch of nature that there is to know about. That's funny though. They expect the geeks to know like every little details about the wilderness. Don't get me wrong, they probably are, but not everyone is. I mean, sheesh. I don't know. It's interesting. Now that I have a kid, I've been doing more walks outside, so that's good at least. I've been able to take him on stroll rides down different types of parks that I've never been to or heard of around in my area. So it's very interesting to go around and see new and also historical. There are some parks around here that you can walk around that are a little historical. So I do like that little aspect as well. There's some trails that are around. It's interesting. And there's a lot of Pokemon Go adventures. Remember I made a podcast episode about Pokemon Go. I definitely still play that game. Not as much right now, but I still play it sometimes when I feel like it. I try not to give it too much attention, especially when I'm with my child. So I normally play it whenever I'm like on my own for whatever reason, or I'm on my way to work or something like that, right? So I try to be courteous. I try to be courteous when I'm around with my child, and I try not to focus all my attention on my phone, especially if it's just me and him. If there's other people around, I'll probably finally be able to have a little phone break. But if it's just him and I, we're just together. We're gonna do things together. We're going to adventure together. I'm going to spend time with him because kids growing up will look at their parents growing up, and how they remember you is what you do. What you need to do as a parent, especially when they grow up. These are the most important stages of their life because that's how they're going to remember you by. When they are going to remember you by, you need to be their role model. You need to be inspirational. You cannot whatsoever be one of those neglecting parents that's just on their phone all the time or playing video games all the time. Like, come from my background, right? Look at all the stuff I have in here. I'm certified nerd, right? But when I'm with my kid, I'm not going to be on my phone. I'm going to play with him, right? I'm not going to be on my Xbox. I'm going to pay attention to him. He wants to do stuff, we're going to do stuff. So that's one important aspect that I want parents and upcoming parents to know. And I can't stress it enough. Just focus on your child and make sure that you play that role to him or her. Thoughts with Spritey. Oh, it's so good to drink water these days. You don't know what's in food anymore. You don't know what is and is not good for you. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Soda is soda. Don't drink that. I mean, you can drink it, but just don't drink it religiously like I used to. I remember when I was so much younger, I was so bad with soda. Now, especially recommendations after going to the dentist so many times, a lot of dental people recommend to, like, if you're drinking soda, drink water. I think I've said that before on this podcast, but just little daily little reminders, and I may sound like a robotic person. Drink your water. Let this also be a nice little reminder that, like, being able to drink water and try to cut back on the amount of soda to be consumed, it's given me a lot more energy to be out there too. So I want to be out there. I don't want to just be able to sit back and do absolutely nothing. June 20th, celebrity birthdays. I want to look at that too. I want to see if we have any birthdays for you June 20th people. Nicole Kidman. I don't know who you are, but her birthday's today. She was born in 1967. Brian Wilson, 1942. Candy Clark. There's a lot of people I don't know on this list. It's interesting because I was never much of a celebrity person. I like to say like celebrities' names and like whose birthdays are on what day. There's a lot of people that are on these lists, and I'm going through different websites right now, and there's a lot of like YouTube stars and Instagram stars and TikTok stars and TV stars and movie stars. There's stars all over the world, right? There's even athletic stars and stuff like that. I'm looking at this beautiful list, and I've never seen or heard of these people. I may have seen some of these people. Who knows? I don't know. But it's always interesting to me that there are people out there that fascinate over celebrities, because I could not do it whatsoever. There are so many famous people out there that I'm just like, who? Huh? What? Where? What? Huh? And it's just, I can't keep up. I cannot keep up. I will say, there's one name out there, for whatever reason, when you search up this specific date, he's not on top of the list. One name that's sticking out like a sore thumb right now. If your birthday falls today, on June 20th, you share the same birthday with Robert Downey Jr. Would you believe that? It's the only list out of like the 100 people that I'm seeing, the 100 faces that I have right here, the only one name that sticks out is Robert Downey Jr. I don't know all these other 99 people that are on my computer screen right now. Is that bad? Are celebrities important to learn or know about? Do I really care? Because I never followed celebrities to begin with. I never had that fascination to just understand what they're doing or follow people's lives every day. I don't know. Never meet your heroes is something I've learned a long time ago. I just never cared. I don't know. Like, why do you need to care about someone who's a lot more successful than you, right? Why do you need to care about a person who's living the American dream? The American dream is success. It doesn't matter how you get there. That is the American dream. I don't care about people who've reached that success. Good on them. If they're a good person, good on them. But I don't have that fascination to follow celebrities or care who they're dating or what they're doing with their lives or who they're cheating on. It's drama happens every day. Don't care. Why do people care? I don't know. That's just something that boggles my mind, is that there's so many more important things out there, especially to take care of yourself. And celebrities are just one of those distractions that are in the way that I just simply don't care about. I don't know. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I mean, you can probably make a good hobby and make YouTube content over celebrities. People do that. That's fine. Do that. Be happy. Record whatever you want to record, right? That's what I'm doing. But, like, I don't know, man. If you can't profit off of it, don't even... Why? I don't know. It's just... other things in life to focus on, including yourself or your friends or your family. Not that. That's just silly to me. Anyways, I think I'm done talking here. I think I've discussed enough about Thor and life and other things that are happening. Hopefully I'll have a spot for this R2D2. Anyways, I appreciate you guys listening to me rant as always. I plan on ranting more next week, the week after, the week after. One exciting news is that I'm going to DC sometime within the next few months. And I'm hoping that I can do a episode of this podcast in DC. I'm staying in the heart of DC. So I'm hoping that I could well, I'm gonna bring either my iPad or this computer, this laptop, and record an episode. I gotta bring. I'm not bringing this microphone. I'm not bringing the whole setup because I'm going by airplane. So I'll probably bring like Apple headphones with me because those are just convenient, like more convenient than this headphone. Like I can talk through this headphone. Like it's got the microphone and everything. You just plug it into the computer and talk. But I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna bring Apple headphones and talk through there because it's got a good mic. I don't know. I just want to do something different. I want to be able to, like, DC is just one of my favorite places to go to because it's got a fantastic history. It's the city. It's beautiful. It's different. I like it. Very touristy attraction. It's just it's a different site. It's good to get away from your home some once in a while. It's good to have a vacation. It's good to enjoy yourself. I'm super excited to go with the family that I'm going with. It should be a good trip. So, one of my plan is when everyone's, put to sleep and whatnot, I'm going to do an episode, hopefully. I don't know what I'll talk about. I always talk about something random every week, don't I? Anyways, thank you for watching, listening, rating, subscribing, doing whatever you do on YouTube and outside. I will see you guys next time on wherever, whenever, however. But for now, go to bed.